Hello everybody and welcome back to the I Am IT YouTube channel. My name is Shabazz and as ever I am the IT Geek. Welcome back. We are on another SC100 exam topic series video, and this is going to be the final video in topic 11. We're moving on to topic 12. Like I said, we're moving through these videos a bit more quick. I want to try and get this series done now. It's been going on for a while. It's been close to 30, maybe 40 to 40 episodes. So it's a big chunk. A lot of information to go through. It's a big exam. It's an architect level exam, so it's to be expected, I suppose. But let's get cracking with this video. So, as mentioned, this is the Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect Exam topic series, which is the SC100 exam. This is topic 11, part 3. And this topic has all been about designing solutions for securing organizations' data. So, we're going to talk about security for Azure Storage, then talk about Defender for SQL and Defender for Storage, and then we'll look at those in the portal. So, we'll go into Defender for Cloud and look at those as well. So, let's talk about security for Azure Storage first of all. So this table kind of shows the Azure Storage data protection options you've got. So the first sort of scenario is preventing a storage account from being deleted or modified. So the data protection options we have here is Azure Resource Manager Lock, which means you can essentially lock the storage account from anything being deleted. The recommendation from Microsoft is to lock all of the storage accounts with an Azure Resource Manager Lock to sort of prevent deletion for the storage account. And the benefit of this is that it protects the storage account against deletion or configuration changes. It doesn't protect containers or blobs in the account from being deleted or overwritten, however. And this is also available for the data lake storage as well. We then have the scenario around preventing a blob version from being sort of deleted for sort of any interval, but you know that you control. So the data protection option here is for the immutable policy to use an immutable policy on a blob version. And the recommendation here is to set an immutable policy on an individual blob version to protect business critical documents. An example, this is in order to meet any sort of legal regulatory compliance requirements. From a benefiting protection benefit kind of perspective, it protects the blob version from being deleted and its metadata from being overwritten as well. And an overwrite operation creates a new version. And again, this is not available in data lake storage, however. We then have a scenario where I want to prevent a container and its blobs from being deleted or modified for sort of an interval that you as the consumer control. And this is as well the same thing, the immutable policy, but for a container this time as well, and the same benefits and the same sort of recommendation from Microsoft. Then I have a scenario where I want to restore a deleted container with a specified interval, and the sort of option here is to use a container soft delete configuration basically. So enable container soft delete for all storage accounts with sort of a minimum retention interval of at least 7 days. And the benefit of this is that a deleted container and its contents may be sort of restored within that sort of retention period, so like minimum 7 days. This is available with Data Lake as well. So for the scenario of automatically saving the state of a blob in sort of a previous version when it's overwritten, you can use blob versioning. So the recommendation is to enable blob versioning together with sort of container soft delete and blob soft delete as well for the storage account where you need optimal protection for your blob data. And the benefit of this is that every blob write operation creates a new version, and the current version of a blob may be restored from a previous version if the current version is deleted or overwritten, and this is not available with data lake storage. So the last couple of sort of scenarios I always talk about. So one scenario is restoring a deleted blob or blob version within a specified interval. So again, using blob soft delete is probably recommended. So you enable blob soft delete for all storage accounts with a minimum retention interval of at least 7 days. And the benefit of this is if a deleted blob or blob version may be restored within that retention period, so a minimum of 7 days again. And this is available with data lake storage. Finally, a last couple I want to talk about. So first of all, restoring a set of blobs to a previous point in time, and you recommend using, or the option is to use point in time restore. So use point in time restore to revert sort of the earlier state, and then design your application to delete individual block blobs rather than delete containers. And the benefit of this is that a set of block blobs may be reverted to their state at a specific point in past as well, which is not supported in Data Lake. Finally, manually saving the sort of state of a blob at a given point in time. So the option here is to use blob snapshot. It's recommended by Microsoft as an alternative to blob versioning when versioning isn't appropriate for your scenario, due to the cost of other considerations or when the storage account has hierarchical namespace enabled. So benefit of this is a blob may be restored from a snapshot if the blob is overwritten, and if a blob is deleted, the snapshots are also deleted. So that's a bit about Azure data storage options. So let's talk a little bit about the Azure Storage encryption now. So data in Azure Storage is encrypted and decrypted transparently using AES 256-bit encryption. This is one of the strongest block ciphers available as well, and is FIPS 414-140-2 compliant. Azure Storage encryption is similar to BitLocker encryption on Windows. So data in a new storage account is encrypted with that Microsoft Managed keys by default, and you can continue to rely on Microsoft Managed keys for the encryption of your data, or you can manage encryption with your own keys if you want. If you choose to manage encryption with your own keys, you have two options. You can use either type of key management or both. So you can specify a custom managed key to use for encrypting and decrypting data in blob storage and in Azure files, or you can specify a custom provided key as blob on a blob storage operation as well. Okay, so the next topic we'll talk about is Defender for SQL and Defender for Storage as well, and then we're going to proceed to the demo where we'll take a look at Defender for Cloud, specifically Defender for SQL and Defender for Storage as well. So with Defender for SQL and Defender for Azure Cosmos DB specifically, you've got vulnerability assessment, so you can scan databases to discover and track and remediate sort of vulnerabilities. You've also got sort of threat protection, so you can receive detailed security alerts and recommended actions based on sort of SQL advanced threat protection. This is going to provide, to mitigate threats. You can have alerting for sort of SQL injections, anomalous DB access, and suspicious sort of activity. And when you enable Microsoft Defender for Azure SQL, as we'll see, all supported resources that exist within that subscription are protected. Future resources created on the same subscription will also be protected as well. When it comes to Defender for Azure Cosmos DB, Microsoft Defender for Azure Cosmos DB detects sort of potential SQL injections, known bad actors based on sort of threat intelligence, suspicious access patterns, and sort of potential exploitation of your database through sort of compromised identities or sort of malicious insiders. And Defender for Azure Cosmos DB uses advanced sort of threat protection capabilities as well as your Microsoft Threat Intelligence. So just before I go into the demo, I just want to quickly talk about Microsoft Defender for Storage. So in Azure native layer of security intelligence that detects 3, 2, 1. So with Microsoft Defender for Storage, it's basically an Azure native layer of security intelligence that detects sort of unusual and potentially harmful attempts to access or exploit your storage accounts. It uses advanced threat detection capabilities and obviously Microsoft Threat Intelligence as well, data to sort of provide that contextual security alert. And those alerts also include sort of steps to mitigate and detect threats and prevent those sort of future attacks. It also continually analyzes sort of telemetry stream generated by your Azure Blob Storage and your Azure File Services. When potentially malicious activities are detected, your security alerts are generated, and these alerts are sort of displayed in Microsoft Defender for Cloud, together with sort of the details of any sort of suspicious activity, along with relevant investigation steps, mediation actions, and sort of security recommendations as well. So we're now ready for the demo. So we're going to look at Defender for Cloud, specifically Azure Defender for Storage, and the Defender for SQL database as well. So please join me in the demo. Hello, welcome back. We're in the final demo of topic 11, and we're actually in Microsoft Defender for Cloud portal, and I wanted to look at the Defender for Storage and Defender for SQL specifically. So if we go down to actually the management and go to environment settings, we'll take a look at what's actually included within the actual plans. So yeah, we'll look at Defender plans for Azure Storage. So yeah, here we can see we've got the different plans here for servers, app service, database, which we're going to look at in Azure Storage. So let's look at Azure Storage. It's turned on at the moment, but if we actually go a bit further into the configuration, and this is a new plan that's available, which you can turn on. I can upgrade the storage if I want, and it says its pricing's at very cheap, so I can upgrade that plan there. And then you have these options for looking at settings. So these are all the settings that are enabled as part of the Defender for Storage. So you've got malware scanning, which protects Azure Blob Storage from acting as a sort of an entry and distribution point of malware to your organization. and it does that by it scans the blob for any, what is being uploaded in near real time. And you've also got sensitive data discovery, which is what we've kind of been talking about. And this is automatically discovers managed cloud data resources containing sensitive data at scale. And again, you can decide to turn these on or off. I've obviously got them both on. And then we have the Azure SQL as well, or we have databases. Again, I've got this turned on. Again, you can go to settings. So this is Defender for SQLs on servers, on machines. So you've got the sort of, you obviously need the log analysis, well, not the log analysis agent because it's been depreciated, but the Azure Monitor agent, as well as the on your SQL servers. And then here you can select the different types of databases. So for me here, I've got it turned on for Azure SQL, Azure SQLs on machines, and open source relational databases as well. Again, you can view or change your plan if you want. Or you can, so you can take your data with Defender for Storage new plan, so you can upgrade, and that'll upgrade it to the Defender for Storage plan as well. So once we've saved that, I'm hoping the settings will change and give us some other options around what we can configure. So quickly, if we just go back into the databases here, we can actually look at Defender plans for all Defender plans and how that affects these databases. So again, shows us what's turned on and what's turned off. And again, we've applied the new Defender for Storage plan for the SQL databases as well. So we'll get the additional bits around sensitivity data. So that's how you can really configure the Defender for Cloud for your storage and your SQL. And we've just got Cloud Management, got workload protections as well. This is kind of going to give you an insight into more around your how these plans are working, and any sort of looking at the coverage as well as the advanced protection as well. We can see some SQL vulnerability assessment as well. So I want to just quickly go through some of those Defender settings. Again, the practical element's not really going to be in this exam because it's very much an architecture exam. So you'll more be around design decisions so far. So in the description below, I've got a link to the case study. So I recommend going through those case studies. They're in the GitHub repository. But also there's a useful link to some of the practice exam questions you can do on Measure Up. Measure Up are the official partner to Microsoft for practice exams. So I strongly recommend doing that. There's again a link in the description. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate everyone's support. We have finished topic 11 now, so we're going to move on to topic 12. So thank you, and until next time, goodbye.